Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
The wait is finally over. It's Wednesday around 3 o'clock on the dot. Cj Nasello, it's our daily show right here on RiverBender.com and on Roku TV. Anywhere, everywhere, the 100+ thousands a month tune in. Thanks for watching. We got a great one in a special edition this afternoon, and we're going to get right into it. On Saturday, as you see at the lower third, we were on hand on 3rd Street, right there in that grass lot next to Catdaddy's, as we celebrated the end of an era. Catdaddy's retirement party was all weekend long. So many people were in and out of the downtown staple for 3 days. Friends that, haven't connected for 10 years were in front of me, having those reconnections, those rekindlings, and just seeing everyone kind of stopping in and just celebrating really just two downtown icons. The hard work that Cat and Judy have put in over the years has just been, just huge. And the fact that we got to celebrate that on Saturday was wonderful. What's kind of interesting is, the downtown district, the community as a whole, always rallies together. And on Saturday, before the show started, about a couple hours before, I realized I was into, a little bit of trouble. I had the worst technical failure I think I've ever had in media for like the 6 years I've done this. And, just like the downtown district rallied around me. I mean, it was great. I called, Dan Herkert, who you're going to see on the screen for the next 2 hours, and said, man, I'm in some trouble here. I can't get anything to work. He goes, I got you covered. I'll be your producer. John Hendrick, the boss at RiverBender.com, flying down from his house to make sure he got down there to help me out, and so many people willing to lend a hand. So it was really cool to have a unique backstory that really, I think, ties into the hard work and just the partnerships that make downtown so successful. And when you have individuals like, Cat Judy, Mac, Russ Smith, all those guys that, were coming together, leading the charge, great things happened. And for over 45 years, Catdaddy has been a staple in downtown. And on Saturday, we got to celebrate that, and we got to celebrate Judy's immense contributions as well. So why don't we go right into it? The first conversation we had, I'm going to be honest with you, we had a little bit of that technical thing, right? You'll hear some audio problems for the first minute of this conversation, but it smooths itself out. This is with Alton River Dragons general manager Dallas Martz. And in this conversation, Dallas talks about coming into town and meeting Cat and Judy and the impact they've had on his life. We'll take a look at that conversation right now, and we'll have a good couple of hours here as we celebrate Catdaddy's retirement party yet again on this Wednesday afternoon on RiverBender.com. I'm very, very, very sorry that you guys missed one of the best interviews I think I've ever done.
Now you're stuck with me.
Well, and now joining us is Dallas Martz, the general manager of the Alton River Dragons, as we're adjusting on the fly here a little bit. But, Dallas, you have a really good perspective on things, too, because you kind of came into town, a couple of years ago.
It was 4 years, yeah.
And you made downtown your home.
I did. I decided it was very much planned to live down here when I first moved here, and right away I was told by some neighbors that there's two people in downtown Alton I want to meet, and Cat was on that list, and not only did I meet him, and it helped us out business-wise, more than anything, him and Judy became personal friends, and spent my first Thanksgiving in Alton with them, so I'm glad I met him when I did, for sure.
Well, and now that we have the sound back, thank you all for that. My phone literally blew up. I literally one of the most watched live shows, and I botched the first 5 minutes. But, You know, as you're talking about meeting them for the first time, could you connect with them right away? Take me through that first meeting.
Oh yeah, you know, it was there at the end of the bar with the few bush lights and a few doctors, and I'm not talking about the ones you make an appointment for. They're the ones that just you end up with. But yeah, I mean, it was an immediate connection. You know, him and Judy are big baseball fans, and coming into town to start a baseball team, there was a lot of synergy there. And not only did they become good friends, they became sponsors of the ball team, and they came out to Lloyd Hopkins Field a whole bunch over the last 3 seasons or so. So it was like I said, I'm just thankful I got here 4 years ago when I did, so I met Cat, and he's still one of my favorite people to run into downtown.
Well, and take me through really the impact they had on the River Dragons too, because you know, every time I think of just Catdaddies and River Dragons, I think of Meet the Players nights, some of those just fun nights after games too.
Yeah, that was actually Cat and Judy's idea. You know, they've got this lot that we're in right now that it's a great little spot for get-togethers like this, and Judy came to me and she goes, "Hey, we want to host a Meet the Players night," and it was just maybe 2 or 3 weeks before it was going to happen, and thanks to some hard work on Judy and Cat's end, and we brought our players down here and had a band, had the radio station down here, and it was a good time. A lot of fans showed up that first year. The second, third year was even better, and yeah, it was a great idea, and it's something that's like one of my favorite nights of the season.
Do you have a story that you have walking in and just chatting with Cat you want to share with us?
Oh gosh, there's several, but more than anything, it just kind of goes back to what you and Mac and Brant Walker were talking about.
It was
earlier.
really good, by the way.
Yeah, and you got it recorded, so we can play this later, so it'll be good. But no, I mean they've been so instrumental in downtown, for years, for decades before I ever showed up in town, and there's fun nights that I had hanging out down here with Cat, but the thing that sticks with me the most about Catdaddy the person is that his heart and soul has gone into downtown Alton for 38 years, and it wouldn't be the same. We wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Catdaddy, that's for sure.
100%. And just going throughout the night, what are you looking forward to the most just hanging out here?
Just hearing the stories, to be honest with you, I mean, I got a little choked up, and again, we'll have to go back and listen to the recording of Mac and Brant Walker talking, and when you asked Mac how long it took him and Cat to be friends, and he said 2 days, and I'm shocked it took that long, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's just the kind of relationship those guys have, and as we sit here right now, those two guys are the anchors of downtown Alton, and just proud to call them both friends, and obviously here tonight we're just going to have some fun and celebrate 38 years of success here at Cats.
Well, absolutely, and it wouldn't be a Cats night without some fun, like technical difficulties, without some other things happening, but just going inside too, seeing some old friends and old folks that used to work here, and as you kind of reflect too, have you seen some people that you're like, man, star quality lineup walking into Catdaddy?
It is the who's who of downtown Alton down here right now, and it's fun. I did meet a couple that I had never met before. Apparently they don't live here in town anymore, but they're here visiting this weekend because of this, so that just goes to show you how much Cat meant to the community.
Absolutely. And Dallas, it honestly, to me, what I think's cool, and not a lot of folks know this because I don't really share what I do outside of the 9 to 11 show, but just coming down here, and whether or not the game, we just got done with the River Dragons game, whether or not we're just kind of bored on a Wednesday and are looking for something to do, just the camaraderie inside that bar too, and it's almost just a mini family, we're just folks that have a few drinks, say hello, and then marry on down the road.
Yeah, I think it was said earlier the best. It's not just the bar business down here. It's a community. And we're about as close to being a family down here as you can be without the blood part, and it's. Real cool. You kind of know who to expect to see when you go into certain places, and it was always it always made me real happy when I'd walk into Cat's and Cat would be there, and it still does.
I finally got rid of the double audio too. We're ready to go. And by the way, you ready for this? This is live on the air, as you guys know. We forgot to hit record on the Brant Walker Mac interview.
Man.
So guess what we got to do?
We got to get
I'm going to have to get Brant and Mac back out on over here because we are not losing that one. It was too good. So as we continue down the pipeline here, you stay there. We'll stay here on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, It took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. Without Joey.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. Welcome back to our daily show, live from Catdaddy's retirement celebration on RiverBender.com. All right, we have to do this one over again, but you know what? It'll still be close to being as good as the first one was. We're back with Grant Walker and Mac as we're just talking about Catdaddy. We're back here on 3rd Street in downtown Alton, celebrating Cat as he's saying so long after 40-plus years of being in the downtown district. And, you know, let's go right into this, kind of like we did the last time. You know, Mac, right off the bat, all the memories, all the kind of the things that, you know, we probably shouldn't share on this show, all the fun, but no one realizes the behind the scenes. We had fun at those block parties, fun at all these events, but just how it worked together. Take me through your working relationship.
The working relationship at the block parties was, it was a 24-hour day for me and probably an 18-hour day for him. Mm-hmm. And we had a lot of fun doing it, but neither one of us would leave the next morning until every piece of trash was picked up. Yeah, I even had the public works department at that time. Somebody would drive by and say, hey, the parking lot on top of the hill looks like crap. You need to come. And I'd zip up there and do it. I mean, we left, it would look better the next day than it did the day that we started it. And that's where we got a lot of kudos for that. And Bobby Sanders would never charge us for a dumpster, a roll-off dumpster or two, which is probably worth a couple $1,000s. And the labor, the donated labor, I mean, it was just incredible. A lot of good people.
Absolutely. And then, you know, Brant, as we were talking earlier, just take me through what it was like to work with, you know, Mac, work with Catdaddy during your time in office, too.
Yeah, well, it's hard to explain because there's like a community down here, and then there's a business aspect of it. The community part of it, I think, is more impressive than their outstanding business people they have down here. They help each other all the time. If somebody's broke down, they help them. If you need something, they've got something for you. They take care of each other, and that community permeates the whole town. I mean, everybody's taken care of down here. Working with them in my capacity, you couldn't find better business owners, better operators. They're in the businesses that potentially has the problem that could be problematic. Mm-hmm. No problems with these guys. They handle everything well. They run a great business. They run a clean business. They're phenomenal people. And they're, especially with Catdaddy and Mac, the amount of giving, which Cat and he as well, the amount of money they donate with their names never being mentioned is phenomenal.
Can we get Lenhart off of here?
Oh, jeez. Oh, my gosh. Wait, we're being overtaken.
You need to look at that camera.
Peter, wrong way. There's Peter Allen from the Loading Dock, a sponsor of tonight's broadcast as well. And a lot of people having fun here. But just going into that, too, you know, you guys have encountered so much in downtown. Up times, bad times. Take me through some of the floods that really kind of pulled the team together, if you will.
Right?
Well, you want to talk about people at their best when things are worse. These guys exemplify that. We had 10 floods in 8 years, and we had 5 top 10s, 3 top 5s. It was insane. And I will tell you that this community down here, Mac, Cat, some other bars down here, the guys we would work 24 hours a day around the clock. They supplied all the food, all the drink, even up to the point, which Mac mentioned earlier, the Blues were making their Stanley Cup run. Mac bought a TV and put it in trailers so the guys on the break could watch the hockey games. These guys take care of the community. It's amazing. Great business owners, great civic leaders. They're phenomenal folks to work with.
Well, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier too, and you know, it's a bittersweet weekend because
It is for me.
Yeah.
100. I could only imagine. You know, all these memories and all the stories, all the fun, but all the history. Because the way I look at it, Brant, and Mac, I don't mean to patronize you because you're sitting here, but I mean, you guys really have created such a large chunk of this community's history, and I think that's something we have to kind of highlight too.
And we didn't do it alone.
No.
I mean, I spoke of that earlier. We had Tony's. Did a phenomenal job. We had Ralph on the corner. Me and Cat were in the middle, and I mean, we couldn't lose. It was just a great time.
Well, and we were talking, and you guys became friends within 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Cat's a hard guy not to like.
True.
You got a big heart.
It's going to be sorely missed. I mean, there isn't a time you walk in, I don't want to, it's like Cheers.
Yeah.
You walk in, Cat's at the end of the bar, we even mentioned earlier. I don't know if Cat gave away more beer than he sold. He was always had a story, always willing to talk to you. And you couldn't come through the front door and get halfway down the bar where you didn't know everybody. And then here's another round, everybody's chatting. It's like the bar you have in your backyard, but it's a Cat's.
Well, and we were talking about this too, and this is a story that, you know, people in the downtown area know and folks that kind of just frequent, but, you know, the partnership that, you know, Cat runs out of fruit. Hey, we're out of fruit. Go over to Max.
Yep.
Hey, if we're out of this, go over to Cat's. When I was on St. Louis radio, and we'll cut it short because I already said it once, but I talked about just that community because that's what I think truly makes the Alton Township so special, Alton Town so special, is because you got folks that are willing to help each other out just to get through the day and be that team.
Yeah.
And Mac, if you could fill us in a little bit more on that.
You know, and there's a lot of other people downtown. And I'll mention Ed Benz. Runs the New Frontier Furniture. Great guy. During the flood of 2019, he just at his front door hollered at me, I need help right now. I need you and Joe. And Joe Hoffey was instrumental of building the place and helping people downtown. You know, we helped him out. We spent 2 or 3 hours in his basement and helped him save, what we could do. And then he was getting a little riled up that day. Barnhart wanted to plug the sewers.
He was going to plug the sewers.
And I said, Ed, we're in trouble. Sometimes it takes a crazy guy to figure this out. He goes, all right, do it. Whatever.
He said something else besides crazy guy.
Yeah. But I mean, and I take my hat off to Ed. He's probably got probably the best business downtown Alton. His storefront is spotless. Marilyn did a hell of a job.
Yes, she did.
Her storefront was clean every morning, and we're getting older and things are changing. My son's helping me out a lot, Rob, doing the day-to-day operations. I think he just keeps you around for the financing. It's time for Cat to move on.
Yeah.
Well, and we were talking just about, you guys didn't know each other before the bar business,
No.
and you guys became friends quick. And did you really think, though, looking back 40 years ago, that you guys would have developed that close of a relationship?
No. We started, I don't know what's the proper word, bonding or whatever the word is today. But we go to Vegas a couple times a year, and man, we had some good times. Which really none of them I can talk about on air. It'll be full of cuss words and slang and silly stories.
It would be heavily edited.
You
know the old story where you had to be there. You had to be there.
Right. Well, as we're kind of reflecting here, Brant, you were talking about the first kind of time you started walking was 1987, correct?
I came here after commencement when I graduated from the University of Missouri at St. Louis. We came over because we were just across the bridge. So even when we were younger, our senior skip day was at Pierre Marquette State Park. So we were over, I've been coming into the Alton area since the late 70s and 80s. And the first place we came to when I graduated, we went to Cat's in 87. I had no idea that he'd only been open a year before, but we were here. So I've been coming here, and I took a job out of town when I graduated from school. And when I came back after that company sold, like the community Mac mentioned, Mr. Duacloff. When I spoke with him, he offered me a free office to get my business going, and up to the point that he mentioned Mr. Schwagel, Bud Schwagel.
Bud Schwagel, hell of a man.
Wonderful individual.
He would donate stuff. Isabel went to St. Mary's. Bud would bring her in there, and she'd speak on the microphone. He donated everything. And then we'd go up, and Isabel, when she was, it could have been maybe 3rd or 4th grade, she goes, "Dad," I'm like, "What?" She goes, "I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to work for Mr. Bud or Mr. Duke." And she actually wound up working at Duke's Bakery.
Did she really?
Yeah, she sure did.
Well, and as we've been talking for a few minutes now, as we're just kind of reflecting back, Mac, what's going just through your mind at this weekend?
Well, what comes to my mind right now is I passed this electric box here. When Brant got elected as mayor, about probably 2 or 3 weeks into or a month into his term, there was a tip over this electrical box being locked for the main street, or whose it was or what it was. So he investigated and found out, and he called me back about an hour later. He goes, "How in the hell did you get a power line ran underground through somebody else's property, attached to somebody's property,
And you pay for it.
and I pay the bill?" You know that's illegal. I said, "I know, we had to do it. We needed power to block party that week."
That's true. There was a tip about that.
And then that's when we started laughing. He kind of figured out it's a clique down here. We all take care of each other. I think Cat was on vacation that week. Well, hell, I'll just trench it and put it in.
Yeah, they sure did.
Had a union electrician put it in, so it was all legal. And
Always, the union was a good touch. That's always the way to go.
It was done right.
It was done right.
It was done right. It was
Up to the
perfect.
point they didn't notify anybody, but other than that, it's done perfect.
Brent, your final thoughts, just reflecting on the weekend.
Yeah, it's kind of like, not a sad moment. I'm happy that Cat has enjoyed the success he has. He and Judy are getting ready, I guess, assume that they're moving on. Ryan is going to be an amazing owner. He's a well-respected business person.
Yes, very much.
He knows the industry, so it could go well. However, when you walk in and you sit there, you just kind of have, you take pause to reflect on all the fun and all the things that they've done. I'm very fortunate over an 8-year period that I actually got the opportunity to actually work with him in certain capacity. So I feel a little bit sad. I'm optimistic about the future, but I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I walk in Catdaddy's and Cat's not at the end of the bar anymore. So yeah, it's kind of a sad moment. I'm super happy for him, but I'll always hold the memories, and I wish Cat all the best. He's deserved everything that he has coming to him in his retirement.
Well, seriously, guys, thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you.
That's it twice. You don't get a third
Yeah, no,
shot.
we aren't doing this a third time. We're good now, though. But seriously, I really appreciate it. It's been fun doing it, and we'll talk again soon.
All right,
We'll take a quick break from downtown at Catdaddy's. The retirement celebration continues right after this on RiverBender Roku TV. Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking out.
And the new hit, Cab in a Solo. Get your tickets now at metrotix.com.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
I had an
amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our daily show, live from Catdaddy's retirement celebration on RiverBender.com. Welcome back to our daily show, live from Catdaddy's retirement celebration all weekend long, and I'm telling you what, the party is just ramping up down here as we got a ton of people inside. It's spilling on outside now that the sun's going down. I got Joe, Steph, and the whole gang with me. How are we doing today, folks?
Fabulous!
So, you know, I just got to ask you right off the bat, how much fun have you had at Catdaddy's over the years?
Way too much.
Yeah. Can't even remember.
There's
too much to remember.
Too much to remember and stuff we shouldn't say on the air, particularly if it's recorded.
Well, you know, when did you guys start coming down here, if you don't mind me asking?
I can't answer that either.
When you were 21, 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, when I turned 21, I started coming down. No, really, we're what, in our early 50s.
Well, so we started coming down around 93.
Yeah, so like 30 years.
Yeah, 94.
Or more. Yes.
Well, what makes it so special to come down here?
Cat, to be honest with you.
And it's like you come in and it's like you're at home and you know people that are here and you know who's going to be down here when you want to come, and it's just a lot of fun. Well, and it's family.
Never a stranger.
Never a stranger.
It really is. And you know, throughout the week too, with Wine Club and all that fun stuff that happens, you know, do you guys ever take part in Wine Club or anything?
First of all, Gina and I are charter members. We've been to
charter
every
members.
Wine Club.
My apologies, folks. Hold on here. We got VIPs. What makes wine? Okay, take me to Wine Club, because for the folks that maybe haven't stopped in during a Thursday, whenever Wine Club goes on, it is one of the coolest things just to see. Take me through it.
It is. Wine Club started with Mark Fitch, who was in charge of it, and then after Mark, Ricky took over, and then Judy took over, and it has been fabulous. The same group of people once a month for 12 years, I think.
I think it's been 12 years.
We're there from the beginning.
We taste 2 whites and 2 reds, sometimes an extra.
Well, I got to ask you. If you had a go-to wine from Wine Club, what is it, and what is it? How good is it? What's it taste like?
Oh, I would have to go with my Rosé Prosecco for sure, or my Masi. Yeah. What about you, Gina?
I don't have a favorite because I love all of them.
They go home with cases.
We do.
They need help carrying it to their car when they leave.
Okay, well, you do.
That's why I come down here.
That's why you come. Are you the case carrier?
I've been called worse. Yes, I have.
Normally it is coming the case catcher. Well, as we're talking just about some of the memories, you guys have one favorite moment just at Catdaddy's you want to share with us? That's, obvious we aren't FCC regulated, but you will watch this on Wednesday.
I don't know.
Actually, I could give Bobby Barnhart when he put the wall up.
Yeah.
So Bobby and I actually worked together on that. And
Did you really?
Yeah, so being able to help all the businesses stay here, but obviously Bobby and I both went to Marquette. There's a connection here. Both our dads, my dad's passed, but obviously Bobby's dad knows Cat. My dad knew Cat, along with Big Eddie. So that was something that was real nice to see. Plus, being able to see them stay in business was great.
Yeah. Well, and take me through just a weekend like this. And, how important is it to really come out here as a community and just celebrate, an icon really passing the torch?
Well, it's so important. We were here last night.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here tonight. Our son came down last night. He loves Catdaddy from Cardinal games, and he got a chance to see him. And these guys, to come down here, we've been waiting all week to come down here and
we've been
celebrate.
very excited.
You had it marked
Celebrate
on your
Cat
calendar?
and Judy. Judy does so much.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, it is about Cat, but this wouldn't happen without Judy.
And the one that's not talking is all the way from Texas.
Yeah, Cat.
All the way from Texas.
She came from San Antonio.
I have a Catdaddy Texas story. He's so well known that I was at a bar.
I was with you.
Oh yeah, we were at a bar in San Antonio, Texas, and all of a sudden we walk by and we hear
Catdaddy,
hey!
and it was Catdaddy in San Antonio. Like, oh my gosh!
Honestly, I got to ask you guys all of this question because it seems like just the love and just all the fun that y'all have had. What makes the partnership of Cat and Judy so special? Because you hit on it a little bit there, Steph, but it really is cool to see the team really at work all the time and just the love that those two have for each other too. What are your guys' thoughts, all of you?
I don't know. I just think it's fabulous.
Like you said, it is a true partnership.
Yeah.
You can tell. They always are looking out for each other when the bar's super busy. Judy always jumps in and takes control and helps Cat and everybody else, and it is a true partnership.
I have to say it's been nice seeing Judy a little more relaxed because she's always the one that's like, she's total business all the time, and it's been nice seeing her relax a little bit and just enjoy what they've built here.
Absolutely. Well, I got to ask you this too, Joe, before I let you go. You get the TVs in there working for the slideshow?
Everything should be on. I'm hoping. We stopped by this morning, so actually I can't take credit. Stewie had most everything ready to go.
Yeah.
Should be a good show at 6 o'clock. So we're hopefully it goes off without a hitch. Judy and Stu put a lot of time into it.
Without a doubt. Well, folks, we aren't going to go anywhere. We're going to take a quick pause here, more conversations. We're going to play an extended commercial break as we get our Brant Walker and Mac interview back on track because, every first interview is always the one that has all the hiccups in it. You stay there. We'll stay here. RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Timber!
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now, this is what I've been talking about. Looking out.
And the new hit, Cab in a Solo. Get your tickets now at metrotix.com. Welcome back to our daily show, live from Catdaddy's retirement celebration on RiverBender.com. Welcome back to Catdaddy's as we are just celebrating an icon all weekend long. We'll be here for the next couple of hours. Next hour at least. We've already been on the air for almost an hour and some change. Peter Allen's joining me now, and so is Rob Honky, as we're just waiting for these guys to join us in over here. Get on over here, gentlemen.
Peter Allen checking in. Thank you, CJ.
Thanks, CJ. Is this right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Look at that, kissing the microphone, and we can all see everybody.
How close do we need to get to this?
With that being said,
he knows microphones more than anybody else. Don't let him confuse you.
Bob Heil.
Rob Honky, Alton Marina, and man of many talents, Peter Allen. Where's the camera?
Right ahead. Right there.
All right. We're here to celebrate Catdaddy, and I'm going to let Rob talk first because I've got a few things to say.
I can tell a lot of stories about this place. During the flood of '93, I was barely 21. I wasn't even 21 yet. I was 20 years old. Sorry, Catdaddy. I was coming into your bar with a fake ID.
No.
And Max. No. Sorry, Max.
You didn't need an ID. No, I'm kidding.
So, no, I was here when the flood was happening, and it was really tough down here. And I remember at the time when you're 20 years old, you don't think about how tough it is for these businesses when they're going through the loss of income and loss of revenue and the damage that it's taken on your building into the basements, and everybody was pumping water out. At the time, I lived above the old shoe repair shop.
Up here?
Yeah, up on the corner where
Tab's Cafe.
where Tab's Cafe is now. Yeah, I lived above that, and we would come down and
which is a very nice penthouse suite. It was not like he was roughing it. It's still very nice.
It was back when
go ahead, Rob.
yeah. So
nice.
we used to come down here that summer. We came down and we would help sandbag, and most of the time we'd come down and help sandbag because we knew they were feeding everybody down here, and we were just a bunch of broke college kids, and we'd deliver pizzas at night and then come down here during the day and sandbag so we could get free tacos and free McDonald's.
Well, honestly, guys, let me ask you this. When we're talking, just about the downtown district and just being inside Catdaddy's, how many true core memories do you have of this place? Is it too many to count?
If I may.
A lot. One that sticks out in my mind is I introduced two of my friends, the Pruitts. I introduced them to each other here at Catdaddy's, and they are still married to this day.
Are you serious?
Yep.
That's really
Which
cool.
Pruitts? Neighbors or friends?
No, Mark and Missy Pruitt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mark and Missy Pruitt.
Yep.
Well, and Peter, what is your story?
Me?
Yeah.
We're here, and Rob as well. We're just to pay tribute to Cat, and for the business and the longevity. I certainly, as soon as I turned 21, was down here and learned a lot of things.
Right, as soon as he turned 21.
I actually worked here. I worked here a few times, and I learned about the bar business from Catdaddy. And I still, to this day, he'll call me and tell me where I'm messing up and what I'm doing wrong. But we've both had success, and what a good friend. That's all it is.
I have another great Catdaddy story, but it didn't take place. It never took place here. Catdaddy doesn't live too far away from me. Mm-hmm. We live about 5 minutes away from each other. So for the last probably 20 years, every election night, municipal election night, somehow we would end up in the same place, and we'd end up at the bar until 2 in the morning. So we would share a cab home, and on the way home, Catdaddy would always make the cabbie drive through Jack in the Box and get tacos at 2 in the morning.
How were you watching the results back in the day? There's no online, or was there? Was it online?
They would actually get
by phone.
Well, now it is, but before, I want to say, I want to say 10 years ago, they would run the results to headquarters, and then they would call out to the different and report. The precinct committeemen, I believe they would run them and drop them off, and then they would make the phone calls back to whoever, to the watch parties, and they would tally the votes there so that they would have it in real time coming in. Now they do it on the county's website, which is nice.
It's a little less fun for me, though, because I could keep you guys in suspense 12 years ago saying, we'll come back and we have new developments in the race. Not anymore.
Right.
Well, Peter, I was talking to Mac earlier, and Rob talking to Mac, too. No one realizes, and I've said this no matter if I'm in, when I worked in Austin, running the construction company, doing pro wrestling, I said it on St. Louis radio, the bar community, just how everyone works together. It's such a story in itself. Where, if you need something, give me a call. Hey, I can take here. I need something with here. Can you come around and pick this up, and I'll come over and pick it up later. Hey, I'm out of fruit. Can you get me fruit? Hey, I'm out of. I just we were talking Johnson's Corner Rock'em Sock'em Robots tonight, and they ran out of drinks, and they called Eddie. Hey, can you pick me up some beer? Take me through, Peter and Rob, if you could, just some of the camaraderie you've kind of seen, and just how everyone interacts and works together in the district.
Can you hear me okay from back here?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Certainly Eddie Scholler comes to mind as the first guy everybody used to call, but Catdaddy, Firehouse, Max, Scott Roper, Ranch House.
Yep.
It's a community, and
Jimmy.
it's not a competition.
Jimmy Johnson, for sure.
Absolutely, Jimmy Johnson.
And then some of the newer businesses around town, like Kathy Gross and Eric Smith from DeCaro's.
Yeah.
Everybody looks
Chicken
out for each other.
Bone from
yeah,
DeCaro's,
Chicken Bone.
yes.
Everybody looks out for each other. Everybody wants, a rising tide lifts all boats.
It's not a competition. It's about bringing people to
Cooperation.
the region. Yeah, not just the town, but the region. Because I'm way up there in Grafton. It's halfway to Quincy. Right. It's not easy to get there, but.
And I think
no flooding, by the way.
I think the the transition that Cat Daddy's is going to go through here with the new owners. I know both of those guys, and I see that being a positive for downtown. I'm happy for Cat Daddy that he gets to retire. I hope to be able to retire someday.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, exactly. But no, I think it's a positive for downtown.
Well, while I have both of you, one final takeaway, just your thoughts just on the weekend as a whole. Peter, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts just about the weekend, sending Cat Daddy on a nice, really good salute?
It's so crowded in there, I still have not seen him. I mean, I know he's in there, but I can't get to him. We love the cat, Mark Springman, a mentor to many, and I'm pleased to be here to celebrate him.
And thank you for being a part of the celebration with the loading dock, too.
My pleasure.
Rob?
I've already been inside, and I have damaged hearing, so it's very loud in there. So it's hard for me to function when I'm in there. But I was able to make it. I was able to make it up to the corner of the bar where Cat always is, and then immediately kind of started working my way back out the door, and of course got stopped by people I haven't seen in years, and a lot of people that have been fixtures in downtown for a long time.
So just like you got your friends married starting at Cat Daddy's, once again, Cat Daddy's is bringing the community together, old friends meeting up again, everyone just having a good old time. Peter, Rob, thank you so much, man.
CJ, good job.
CJ, thank you, sir.
Very nice.
Always good talking to both of you.
Keep it up.
We'll take a quick break. Daily Show live from Cats after this.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center. Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got Joey.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. Welcome back to our daily show, live from Cat Daddy's retirement celebration on RiverBender.com. Welcome back from Cat Daddy's as we are celebrating really just an individual that has done so much for this community, been a staple for over 40 years in downtown Alton. Don Hubert joins me now, followed by Nancy. How are we doing today, guys? Don, how are we doing?
Just fine.
Well, you know, right off the bat, this is a really big weekend in Alton. And I've said this all week, everyone's under the same impression. Whenever you've really made an impact for over 40 years in a variety of avenues, from, you know, helping organizations that nobody's even heard of, you know, the act that, you know, is committed, the donations, to also just being a staple, providing those core memories for us as we grew up. What's it like for both of you? Don, I'll start with you about just the impact that this weekend holds.
Well, you just find Mark Springman. I mean, he was a generous person. He's always been. He's very kind. He's got a wonderful wry humor that he rarely says things, but when he does, it blows you right out of the water.
You're right.
And I wish I had an example. That was one very good one that I can't remember all of it. But he was generous to a fault. He put up with people that most people would not have put up with in many cases, but I never saw Mark say a kind word to anyone and I've known Mark since grade school. Now, on the occasion that someone in the bar was being inappropriate, maybe, but it was still not aggressive. It was passive. Come on now, let's just, that's who Mark was. I mean, he was a kind soul, and I can say this honestly, I'm very honored to have known him, especially for as long as I have. He was always, if you needed a little bit of help, Mark was there for you, and a lot of us did through the years.
Nancy, what are your thoughts?
This is such a testament to Catdaddy's impact here. Has been there for people for as long as I can remember. I have been a good friend to him, and our families were friends over 30 years, and then I had the opportunity to work for him. So
take me through, what was it like working for Catdaddy?
Well, she was here during the flood.
During which flood?
Yeah, 93.
Oh,
yeah.
The real flood.
Okay, the real one, yeah, the one with the red tape on the walk-in cooler that we're all familiar with, right? So during the flood, they didn't put the concrete out in those days. They had manpower, and they had volunteerism, and they had community coming down to build the flood wall, which we all used for balloon launching over the flour mill, or in those days it was make your own entertainment. But no, just this is a testament to Catdaddy and the lives that he has touched.
And we've been talking and just hearing stories from Mac and so many other folks, but it seems like just the consensus, and I didn't know Catdaddy as long as so many people here, but just it seems like anyone that connected to him really became a friend, and that's just my takeaway. What do you guys think?
Mark never met a stranger. He really never did, but his kindness extended beyond that even. And, we raised a whole hell of a lot of money down here for the Boys and Girls Club over the years.
Around $100,000, correct?
Over.
Yeah. No, it's more than that.
More than that?
I think it was like.
It was a lot.
Wow.
It was a big number. I can't remember.
Regardless.
I'm an historian for a reason. I don't do figures well, okay? But no, it was a big number. But the thing about it is, whatever money we raised that day, we used to auction off or raffle off 4 televisions.
I was the recipient of the first one.
Were you
the
really?
plasma, yeah, that back in the plasma days.
We'd go out to all refrigeration, and Mr. Crane would give us a good deal on the televisions, and we'd raffle them off. $20 a ticket, there'd only be 200 tickets, and it was pretty good odds, etc. But we'd raise $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a year for the Boys and Girls Club, But what happened was, when we raised this money, we would raise an increment, whatever it happened to be. Mark would match it. And that was what made this thing so exceptional. Okay, we raised $2,500. Now it's $5,000 because of Mark. And that's another person that Mark was all the time.
Absolutely. And then, Nancy, I'll ask you the same question I asked Donnie here before we go really into the interview. What are your thoughts just on that, that impact?
For the Boys and Girls Club?
And just organizations alike.
Just giving back to the community. You just really see what kind of a loving and giving person he is. Anyone could walk in the bar at any time and go, "Hey, Cat, I'm hurting a little bit this week. Can you help me out?" And he never said no. I never saw him say no. So just a huge personality within our community.
Well, and on top of that too, and we heard Matt kind of talk a tiny bit about it, but I was in, and I shared the story whenever no one could hear the audio during the first 10 minutes of this thing because of just some things. Well, all of a sudden, I'm sitting there talking in Austin, Texas. They say, "What makes Alton so special?" And I start breaking into just the community atmosphere, and I've said it a couple of times on the show, but I'm out of limes, I'm out of fruit. Hey, go over to Max and get them. Hey, hey, Mac needs this. Go run this.
Oh, I get phone calls all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, Donnie, we need fruit. So I pillaged Mac's cooler and bring it over here.
We did that just today.
Oh, yeah, we did that today.
Oh, yeah, and back in the day, the girls and guys that worked as bartenders, every Saturday morning we'd have to take a tray of glasses to go over to the other places and give them their glasses back and get ours.
Well, you did it on Saturday. It was usually Monday morning.
Monday morning, okay.
Well, it was Monday
That's
morning.
restock day.
Yeah, well,
right.
You know, but we did that.
That makes sense.
Well, everybody had different glasses. And you
But
knew
we
which
knew
was
whose
not
bar
yours, so
was.
We'd wander around with a big tub, you know.
Oh my God, I get it now. That's hilarious as you walk to one bar to the next.
Max glasses are all plastic. Cats are not. and they order. And then you've got other places that have. They were all different. Honest to God. So you take the tray in, and they take theirs out and put the ones that weren't theirs in. And
it was like a ceremonial parade.
That was the downtown bar environment, and it's still pretty much that way. I mean, it really hasn't diminished all that much. Everybody kind of helps out one another. You know, if somebody runs out of something, like soda, you know you can get across the street, you know. But
right.
But Mac and Cat and Marilyn and Russ were kind of the core of this.
Yeah.
They were the ones that have contributed consistently throughout, like the block parties, etc. But Cat's never questioned.
And, you know, I wanted to kind of touch a little bit more on, Nancy, just your time working for Catdaddy, working at the bar. I just had Ricky on, who was a great treat, but there's a connection really that, you know, some of the folks that work down there have with the patrons. Did you have a few favorites that would stop in while you were working that you want to kind of spotlight and reflect on? Hello, Donnie.
Let me look. No. Donnie's always been one of my favorites. I've learned so much about this town, and I've lived here my entire life. So, but okay,
What's some of your favorite regulars?
Regulars? Well, Jack Dixon was a favorite regular. He's gone now, and but yeah, I mean, just the people that come in, you can tell their sense of community because they either went to school with Cat, they've frequented one of his places before, or they've seen him at the Bon Air where he hung faithfully with his friend Catdaddy, right? So it's like everybody in town knows him.
And, you know, Donnie, I wanted to ask you about just, you know, Mark, your friend, because, you know, a lot of people have a connection with Catdaddy and, you know, can call him his friend, but, you know, when you guys known each other as long as you two have, do you have a connection that you kind of like to expand upon a little bit?
Well, in 1960, Alton, there were kind of two communities, the Catholic community and everybody else.
And the not Catholic community.
Yeah. But I mean, my dad went to Marquette. Cat's whole family went to Marquette. One of his uncles was in the class with my dad. So there's a commonality. So, you know, at wedding receptions, you interact because it wasn't a closed community, but it was more segregated than it is right now. I mean, we had St. Joseph's Hospital and Memorial Hospital, you know.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it was kind of
I didn't know that's what, wow.
Yeah, you bought your cars. If you went to St. Mary's, you bought your car to Hofer's because he was in St. Mary. It was kind of a loyalty thing, but it generally went along, you know, religious lines, which was kind of weird, but that's the way it was. But his family and my family knew one another long ago, before I was around, you know, Mark too. But
Springman Lumber.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, out in Godfrey on Tolly Lane.
And there's a mass of Springmans.
Well, wait, wasn't Catdaddy a hell of an athlete too in high school?
He was a good basketball player.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
He got a scholarship to Eastern, and got his degree in teaching out there. I'll let
PT.
You,
yeah, he went for PT.
Well, you mentioned the flood earlier.
Yeah.
There were about 25 of us in here when the water started coming up into the floor. There was no basement, of course, because it's below. Yeah, there was about a foot of water in there. So we're picking the coolers up, putting them up on the bar, and we got all that done. And we may have had a couple beers while we were doing it, but I don't know. It was about 3 weeks later, maybe a little bit longer. We're picking the same damn coolers up and stuffing them up in the mezzanine because the water was coming up above the bar. And if you look at the line now, but you know, you talk about. I must have been young.
then I really must have been young. No, remember the boards they built from the stairs to the upstairs stairs?
Yeah.
And then you got upstairs and it was like a whole nother bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I have pictures.
Mark had a safe that's at the end of the bar, and during the flood, it floated all the way over next to the front door. I mean, that thing's massive. I mean,
well, and what I think so cool about just everything is, Catdaddy's a quiet guy. He's not the loudest guy in the room. But what I think's so cool today is when I walk in and just seeing how so many people have just flocked in here yesterday too and today. And just what do you guys think about just that moment alone and seeing the video? How was the video, by the way? Was it beautiful?
I lost.
Did you cry?
Yeah, I lost it.
Play here. We could have played it on.
Oh yeah, no, it was wonderful. Yeah. I mean, it's just a lot of people have strong feelings for Cat, and and what he's built here, and how much fun we had. Oh my gosh.
He was relatively quiet, but the thing about Mark is you really paid attention, because when that zinger came flying out at you,
you had to be ready. That's right.
That's who he was. I mean, really.
Well, and before I say bye for now, because we still have 2 more interviews to do, and then we'll kind of start wrapping things up here, as we've been on for a lot longer than I told you guys. But when you're having fun, you let good stories go until the lights turn us off naturally. This is a big weekend. And what is your thought, Donnie, just on the historical impact? Because there is history here. Cat and Mac and all these guys, and they created Alton's history.
This is an end of an era.
Yeah, it is, and that's how we build it.
And it's gonna change even more dramatically over a period of time. Mark's 69. Russ is, let's say, a little older.
Russ too, absolutely.
A little older. I mean, we're all getting up there, so it's all going to change up. We all just. And what's happening here, I think this is going to kind of move forward in the same way it's been for at least a while. These guys kind of want to preserve what's here and move with what's here.
Absolutely.
But that's their business.
Right. Nancy, your thoughts?
I agree with Donnie. I think there's a vested interest to keep going what we've had going for almost 40 years, and that is a sense of, you can go to the local bar after work and have a beer and know people that are going to be in there. Even if it's, you're a woman alone, you're safe, right? And Cat always brought that safety.
We never let anybody walk out here alone.
Oh, no, never.
And the people care about you when you walk in.
Absolutely.
Well,
it's like Cheers.
Exactly. And Donnie, you said something. Russ Smith, I want to give a big shout out to. Bossa Nova helped sponsor the show tonight, so we can get all the equipment out here. And Russ, thank you so much too. And really another one of the main core that you great call there.
Well, Russ has always been very supportive of downtown. He deserves accolades. He really does.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to try to do 1 or 2 more interviews, and I'm not letting Cat and Judy off the hook. We got to get them on here before we say goodbye.
You go get him. I'm not. That's his sister right there.
Where at?
In red.
Oh, we got to interview his sister. That would be fun. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and see what happens after this. Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking out.
And the new hit, Cab in a Solo. Get your tickets now at metrotix.com.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our daily show, live from Cat Daddy's retirement celebration on RiverBender.com. Welcome back from Cat Daddy's in downtown Alton as we are celebrating over 40 years of just hard work, passion, and just being truly an icon here in downtown Alton. And look who I found, Mayor Mike McCormick. How are you doing today, Mayor?
Thank you, CJ. There's quite a crowd here, and I can understand why. There's a lot of history here at Cat Daddy's Bar.
And you know, Mayor McCormick, I got to ask you, it's so cool because on Thursday nights when I get to see you and your family come in every once in a while, take me through your time just being at Cat Daddy's.
Well, when I first opened the pizza place, Emo's, back in 1992, you know, I'd always leave there about 8:30 at night. I had to stop for a nightcap, and every night it was right here at Cat Daddy's, right at Cat's. Then along that run with Emo's, I opened up a restaurant called Ralph's, which was next door.
We were just talking about Ralph's.
And I had a rule that I followed, but it wasn't followed by all my employees, but I followed, you do not drink in this restaurant, because this, so when I wanted to drink, I'd go to Cat Daddy's.
Well, you know, and take me through your relationship with Cat Daddy himself.
Well, I can't remember the exact year, but his golf partner in the golf league got injured and couldn't continue. So Cat Daddy asked me if I'd finish the season off. And we started off in the first event.
We're good. Now you can hear me. Sorry, I messed with Dan's headphones.
Oh, okay.
So when did you become golf partners?
We were golf partners in this golf league, and the first event I played with him was their mid-season scramble. And we're both on the number 1 tee in Rolling Hills, and we both hit our first balls out of bounds. And that was the impression I made on Cat many years ago on the golf course.
You know, talk to me about Mayor McCormick. You know, with Ralph's, you know, you got to see Cat Daddy's, you know, and start to develop. Take me through Cat Daddy's impact on the downtown area.
Oh, it's been the staple here. I mean, people go here. My wife and I, every Thursday night, come here for their wine tasting.
Yep.
And we've been doing that for numerous years, and we look forward to it, and I understand the new ownership's going to continue on with that.
Yep.
Which is good. And, you know, people, when they say, well, wine tasting at Cat Daddy's, that doesn't fit, but it fits pretty damn good.
Yeah, yes, it does. And Judy does a great job with it.
Yes, she does.
You know, and I was going to ask you, too, you know, working in Emo's and working and having that background, you know how difficult it is to work in the restaurant business, that type of industry.
It's very difficult.
And you know how really just of a big deal of an impact for 40 years to be in the same
same location.
Yeah,
and still have a very strong business. Lots of bars come and go, you know.
Yeah.
And all that. That's all contributed to Cat, because Cat Cat works it. You got to work the business.
100%. And as we're wrapping up our conversation here, Mayor McCormick, what are your final thoughts just about this weekend as we're saying really just thank you to an icon?
I hope he's not a stranger.
Yep.
I hope he gets out and about. And he is a Godfrey resident.
Yep.
And I know where he lives. And I mean, Catdaddy's been a buddy of mine for, quite a few decades.
Yeah. It's just really cool. And Mayor McCormick, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure chatting with you. We aren't going anywhere. More conversation continues right after this on Riverbender.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center. Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got Joey.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. Welcome back to our daily show, live from Catdaddy's retirement celebration on RiverBender.com. Welcome back. Catdaddy's live on RiverBender.com as we are saying really just thank you to an icon here in the downtown district. The guy sitting next to me has really just been a trooper today. Dan has stepped up because we had some technical difficulties. Now a producer of media. Thank you so much.
I just want to go on record for those watching that the technical difficulties were not the producer's fault.
They were not. They were all on me. But I wanted to say this. You know, I wouldn't have really had the connection I have to this place if it wasn't for, you know, the times that you and I hung out. You brought me down here the first time, you know, a couple of years ago. And, you know, you really have a gauge on things just from the kind of, I don't want to say regular crowd in a way, but a regular crowd, familiar friends where everyone comes in and just catches up. Not a lot of heavy drinking, but just have a drink. How are you doing? Good to see you.
It's like a family among all of us that are, I guess, regulars. I'll wear that badge as a regular at Cats with pride.
Absolutely.
I mean, I first came to Cats a long time ago. I might have been under 21 the first time I was in Cats, but I really got to know Cat and Judy a little over 10, 12 years ago when I worked for the city, got a chance to work with them directly, and they've really become like family. I mean, I didn't realize it until I got to know Judy, but she and my mom went to high school together in Jerseyville.
Small world.
Very small world. But over the years, they've I don't want to say they've become like a second set of parents to me because they're more friends than anything. But my first trip to Vegas was with Cat and Mac. That was, and we won't talk about that because there's stories to be told. But this is some place, like when I lost my mom almost 2 years ago, one of the first places I came was Catdaddy's because I knew I had a family here that would pick me up and carry me through a very difficult time. And Cat and Judy, I mean, when I ran for office a year or so ago, they had a gift for me, win or lose. It was very meaningful, and I actually had to leave the bar that night and go outside because I was so emotional.
I'm not going to ask you what it was, That's between you and Cat and Judy. But, you know, you hit on something there, and you have a different perspective, too, a real different one. Because, you know, we were talking to former Mayor Walker a couple of minutes ago. We were talking to Mac, and just about, you know, an official capacity working with them. But, you know, you really understand and know the person when you are working in that professional relationship. That kind of friendliness can go away sometimes. When you started working in that official capacity, what was it like working with Cat and Judy on some of the projects?
Well, you couldn't find better people to work with. And when I worked at the city, Judy was on the amphitheater commission. We really got to know each other then. I hold her seat on the commission
Do
now.
you really?
After she stepped down. So I hold what I call the Judy seat, because Judy was so instrumental in helping to build the amphitheater over the last 10 years. She put in her time, and I reluctantly took her seat. But it's a place, you know, I can stop in after a rough day at work, and you see Cat at the end of the bar, and no matter how bad your day was, he's going to make you laugh.
Absolutely. And, you know, Dan, I wanted to kind of talk about this, too. And that's just kind of the friendships and the little bonds that are formed. And you walk inside Catdaddy's, folks, on a Thursday night for wine club. You walk in throughout the week when the dental students are having some type of function. I don't think the public realizes, and Judy hinted at it a little bit in our article, just the impact that Catdaddy's has had for nonprofit organizations and, you know, not even nonprofits, just individuals and organizations alike.
Cat has always been willing to give somebody the shirt off his back to help him out. I mean, whether he knows them real well or not, he's always there to help. The work he does to support the Boys and Girls Club is absolutely amazing, the amount of money that he's raised for them over the years. And he never wants the credit for it. He's so humble about it. You walk in the place, and it really is like Cheers. Everybody knows your name. The friends I've made and the people I've met here at Catdaddy's are going to be lifelong friends. They are. You mentioned the dental students. I've gotten to know a lot of them because they come here because some of them bartend. And it's just been an experience to get to know them and be a part of the Catdaddy's family.
And, you know, Dan, whenever we're talking about, you know, relationships, and we talk icons, and we talk about all those things, no one, to me, an icon isn't just you get a name on a building somewhere and you're around for a long time and you give away money. An icon's going above and beyond and being an active community member. And, you know, you experienced the downtown block parties. I never got the real chance to do that. You know, take me through how Catdaddy's has really been the front door for so many people to step into the city of Alton.
Well, it really has. I mean, Dallas spoke about it earlier.
Yeah.
I think I was here the night. I think I met Dallas the first night he was in Catdaddy's and met Cat, because I do know that Cat introduced Dallas and I, and that's how I got involved with the River Dragons. Cat made that connection. And we come here after River Dragons games so we can go over the games and we can have a little fun from the press box. It's a place where people come to have a good time. You never leave here in a bad mood.
And, you know, another thing is, too, speaking of Cardinals tickets, I could just bet that 70% of people that have visited downtown or live in the city of Alton have at least had the opportunity for Cat and Judy tickets. Because, I mean, so many times last year, you just say, hey, they couldn't make it, they're giving them away, do you just want to go? To me, it goes even more than just writing checks. It's just things like that, you know, where you can go to a Cardinals game courtesy of Catdaddy and Judy. It's a morale booster throughout the week. And, you know, just take me through that, too.
Well, it just happened here in the last month or so. I got a random text message from Judy. They couldn't use their tickets. She was trying to find somebody that could use them, so I ended up taking them, and you and I went to the game.
I want to clarify something, because we were on the Jumbotron that day.
We were.
I have never been that hurt in my life from a night out, and, you know, I just will leave that at that. But, you know, it's honestly, man, it's just community. And when I see, you know, the crowd of people inside and it's spilling out into here, but just seeing old classmates and individuals that, you know, from out of state that have made the connection. And of course, you know, it is Catdaddy's retirement celebration. There's somebody out, you know, we were talking, and the first place you wanted to take me when we went to Vegas was the Rum Runner, where that connection was made with a great friend, and Catdaddy's blueprints all across the country.
He's got fingerprints everywhere.
Yeah.
From coast to coast, people know Catdaddy.
Before we take a break here and we get back to talking, hopefully Don Hubert's inside that we can snag, what's your final thought, just takeaway of the weekend?
Well, when I found out that Cat was retiring and that there was going to be new owners, it was bittersweet, and it still is, because Cat's become such a big part of my life, and Judy as well. I look forward to the future. I'm thrilled that they get to get away from this and spend a little time away from the bar, but it's going to be weird walking in there and not seeing them. But I have all the faith in the world in Miles and Angel and Ryan that it's going to still be Catdaddy's.
Absolutely. Why don't we do this? The time is around 6:19 on this Saturday night here in downtown Alton, but we'll take a quick break. We aren't going anywhere. More conversations after an extended commercial break after this. Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking out.
And the new hit, Cab in a Solo.
Can't believe what I just saw.
Get your tickets now at metrotix.com.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our daily show, live from Catdaddy's retirement celebration on RiverBender.com. Oh, look who I found.
Welcome, Alton.
Oh, man, here we go. I got Ricky and Dave Perica here next to me. We're live from Catdaddy's in front of RiverBender.com building. We're on 3rd Street at the corner of Bell. We're saying thank you to an icon for over 40 years of just great times and great atmosphere. Ricky, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
I was in prison. Okay, I wasn't in prison. I just took time off.
Well,
That's what I did.
I'm glad to see you back. Dave, how are you doing down there, ma'am?
Fine, thank you.
Well, and I got to just say, you know, we're saying really just how much of an impact Catdaddy's made on the community. And, you know, Ricky, working for Cat and Judy, take me through it. What was it like working with them?
It ended up being so much fun. You have no idea the person that Cat really is. He has such a good heart. He has such a kind heart. He looked out for all of us as employees, and he also equally looked out for his guests as well. I can't say enough nice words. I wish I could come on and say something that he did that was bad, And I have nothing. Nothing.
Well, and Dave, just touching on what Ricky just said there, for employees and patrons alike to create that atmosphere. Heck, every time, I always tell Dan a highlight of my night when we're down there together is talking with you, just having a few conversations about how things have been. Take me through your time at Catdaddy's. How long have you been going down there?
Since the Franklin House days.
Since the Franklin House days?
Yeah, and then, Cat was just always a very, it's a great place to come. You always felt comfortable. And Cat always made everybody feel welcome. And it was just a great place.
Well, and take me through just the camaraderie, because it seems like, especially I was talking about it earlier, the folks that go down there a lot really become almost like an extended family. Hey, how you doing?
Well, we've known each other since 1971, and he was at Marquette, I was at Alton High, but hey, we were always just great friends,
Well, and I got to ask you, how good of a bartender is Ricky?
He was outstanding.
Oh, come on, don't lie.
That's a lot of crap.
Well, Ricky, when did you start working for Cat and Judy?
11 years ago, I guess, is when I started working for him. I was looking for something. I was just looking for something closer to Alton, because I had always drove back and forth to St. Louis. And Judy said, hey, would you want to work here? And I go, well, that might be fun for a couple of days. I had no idea how it would impact my life, how much Cat would just be there for a human being as he is. And like I said, not only for his guests, but for his employees as well.
I was just going to jump in, because Dave brings up a good point. All the nights we've sat here and talked, and let's not forget our old friend that we lost recently, Rick Fast. He spent a lot of time here with us. We had a lot of good times with him, a lot of ball games, but we can't forget about him. He's looking down on us, probably laughing his you-know-what off.
Yes, everybody remembers Fooch and Fucci's Fun Travels back with Fast Steady. It was the best.
Well, and you know what? You're absolutely right. And, on top of that, too, when we were sitting there at the bar, Ricky, I wanted to touch on something, because you became almost, you were someone people sought out. If Ricky was bartending, we wanted to be there. Okay. How important was the connection you have with the patrons at Catdaddy's?
Once again, it's changed my life for so much the better. I've enjoyed so many customers and so many guests that we've had for the years that have so been there for me outside of that time. When I went through a difficult time with cancer, they were all there for me. They raised money for me. You can't explain how much just this job meant to me in general.
And whenever we think about a day like today, it's bittersweet. It really is.
It is bittersweet.
Because you don't want to see Cat go. The business is being handed off to right hands, and we're excited about it. But we're still, it's one of those things where you're smiling with a tear going down your face because of all the memories, and you get sentimental. What do you guys think about that?
Well, it's just that you realize, hey, age is catching up with you, and at the same time, you know what? We're just thankful to be here and to have had a friend that long and meet all the friends there.
100%. Ricky, your thoughts?
Things in this world always change, but Catdaddy's will always be the same. We will always think about this self with the place with much love for Mark and for Judy, and we hope that the new owners break it the same and make it as good as it was, and it is.
Dave Perica, favorite Catdaddy memory?
Oh, that's a hard one. Hey, I'll tell you,
most of them probably can't be said on.
I was gonna say you caught me on one. I can't really come up with one particular. I just think we've had so many good laughs and fun times there that it's just, I can't really isolate one.
Okay, Ricky, you got one?
I don't think you can say anything without a disclaimer.
We don't have the FCC. I just want to throw that out there.
But I do remember one time in particular that Cat came down. I was here. I wasn't working. I had gone to St. Louis for whatever reason. Coming back late at night and had a flat tire and I broke my jack. The jack wouldn't work. And it wasn't in a great neighborhood coming back. And I called Cat, and the first thing he did was find somebody to get in the car and come down there and help me change the tire.
Are you serious?
I am serious about that. My jack broke, and he immediately found somebody, and they came, and change the tire.
Well, and you know, that's really cool, man. And that's just
That's the kind of boss he was.
One thing I wanted to say, and we were talking, you guys just mentioned Rick Bassett, and you know, obviously, you know, relative of mine, I mean, you know, and all that, but we were sitting here one night, Dan and I were, and Rick came in, and it was right when I came into town with the show, okay, and Rick said, I don't know who brought it up, but I know Rick wanted to do it, and it was, we wanted to do an election night show. And Rick and Dan were going to be my experts, because obviously I don't know any of these guys. I'm a young kid, and these guys are all running. And, you know, Rick and Dan basically planned out this night. And that show had the most watches I ever had when I joined the team. And it really helped me become what I became at RiverBender. And it was all because of that start at Cats, but with Rick. And then the other one, Dave, is I'm telling you what, you and I have solved every damn world problem that has happened since God created this thing.
Yes, that's right.
While sitting down here, and I wouldn't have met you really and talked to you without Catdaddies. And, you know, Ricky, a final thought about the weekend as a whole.
It's the perfectly way to send Cat off. He would love nothing more than his close friends that he's taken care of through the years and loved for the years, to be here and help him send it off to the next things they want to do in their life.
Dave, your thoughts on the weekend?
Well, I just think I hope that Cat still continues to come around. We see him, and then you asked me earlier about, you know, a special thought. His work for the Boys and Girls Club, always to help people in need. I know that the new owners will be the same, I hope, and hey, just thankful that he's a friend.
Okay, well, and Dave, I think it's cool today too, and Ricky, you can talk about this as probably more than Dave and I could. A lot of bars have an issue where you get the same age group that kind of comes in over and over again. But at Catdaddy's, it's always been this diversified group.
You've always had from like 20 to 85.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's always a very weird mix. It's always a very fun mix. And that's to Cat. I can't tell you how many times I watched him get up off his chair here and go over and talk to somebody that was their first time here and tell them how much he enjoyed them being here. He hoped that they came back and they liked his establishment. And that's just how he was. He was that person that would make you feel at home immediately. And everybody felt comfortable at this bar. Everybody felt safe.
Well, we're getting ready to talk to Don Hubert, who I am so excited to talk to.
God help
Dave,
you.
what are your what's your takeaway on just all the different folks that come in and out?
Well, it's been a whole potpourri of people, but all across the life. Ricky's wine nights in there, couldn't believe that. I said, oh, you know, it was packed like that. And then just the mere fact that I think the main thing I can say is that for Cat and for all of us, it was always great to know that these guys all remembered where they came from. And that was always important to me, that to know where we came from, and we're still there.
And thank you, Dave. And sorry, we were taking care.
Right.
I'm getting
Sure.
some messages, and we'll handle that in a second. Dave, Ricky, thank you guys so much for talking to me.
It was
so good to see you again. Dave, I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Thank you for that opportunity.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center. Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got Joey.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. Welcome back to our daily show, live from Cat Daddy's retirement celebration on RiverBender.com. Okay, I had to talk to David DePazzo real quick because... Right microphone? I got the microphone.
I think.
Which camera is it?
Nope, we're not right.
Ah, that one. Yep, here we go. Now on Channel 5. Nothing?
Check. Is it off? Let's see. Does the microphone actually have a...
What microphone are you on?
Talk,
David. Talking.
Check 1 2 1.
All right, you're on the right one.
Hello.
All right, I got to ask you real quick before we talk to Cat Daddy.
Yeah.
How'd you do the darn Photoshop?
Well, Nancy Elliott, who just walked by, she asked me to do something for Cat retiring, and she sent me some pictures, and I saw the blank building, so I just set something up where, to honor him.
Yeah.
I've done a couple other things. I've photoshopped several things on Facebook in the past, but really the ConAgra Mill, I did something years ago. Remember when we were the Alton, oh my gosh, the small town business thing?
Revolution.
The Revolution thing. Yeah, the head, I photoshopped that. That was the first time I did anything, and people thought that we had repainted the ConAgra Tower just to win the small business thing. And then I did it for April Fool's with Elon Musk buying the town. But that
was really cool. But
thank you.
How did you find all the pictures? Just Facebook?
Oh, yeah. Nancy sent me a picture of the blank building, and then I found a couple on... there's really only 3. But doing the perspective and blending it in, that took a little time. But yeah, I've done that for years and years. So it was fun to be asked to do that. And it was cool.
Well, I saw it. I immediately went, I'm freaking jealous. How do you get... I did. I sent you a message right away and said, oh my God, man.
Yeah.
But, take me through your time at Cat Daddy's while I have you and how special this place is, man. Because you and I are going to get teary-eyed, being a little bit of a vow on our last
So, the first time, I'll be honest with you, I was coming to Cat Daddy's with a... No, it's all right. The first time Lisa Marshall call security immediately. She's off camera. Security. So anyway, I came to Cat Daddy's when I was 20 because I had someone's fake ID that I will not mention his name. I think the statute of limitation has probably expired. And so when I actually did turn 21, I came to Cat Daddy's, and I remember him seeing me and going, I thought you were already 21. You've been coming here for a year. I'm like, sorry.
Surprise.
But yeah, I've been here many, many times. Me and Steve Springate, a good friend of mine, and Darren Ray, who used to bartend, we used to have something called the 4 O'Clock Club, where we would come here on 4 o'clock on a Saturday, just like we did today, in honor of that, and we would hang out.
Well, and honestly, man, I just saw you, and I'm glad you stopped by and said hi for a couple of minutes because honestly, it was just such a cool thing, and you got the town talking, and I don't hate to say this, I love to say it. You're a great buffer before Cat Daddy because we're getting Cat Daddy on the show.
Oh my gosh, I'm the guy before it. Does he know?
You are warming up. So what's your act? What's your act, David DePazzo? Come on.
I have no act. That's the whole thing. I got no Cat Daddy bits. But Springate and I were talking like, God, how much money have we spent down at Cat Daddy's over the years? And I don't even want to know. But we've had so much fun down here. And, and he is... I hate to use the word legend. A lot of people have.
He's a legend.
But my goodness, he has been doing it longer than almost anybody, that we know. So, and he's a fun guy. Baseball trips, all that stuff.
really cool. Well, David, man, always great talking to you. Always good to talk with you and see the Photoshop work that you do, but this one was legendary.
Yes.
We'll take a little bit of a pause here. We'll come back and we'll have more right after this on Riverbender. Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking out.
And the new hit, Cab in a Solo. Get your tickets now at metrotix.com.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our daily show, live from Catdaddy's retirement celebration on RiverBender.com.
Got a little jingle on a Tennessee Saturday night.
We definitely do. Judy, number one, just thank you for letting me be a part of such a fun night. This was awesome. I mean, this has been one of the coolest things to hear people go, oh my God, I haven't seen you in years, and just all the connections that you guys are known for at Catdaddy's.
It's been awesome. You know, I mean, he's been here almost 38 years. We're on the 3rd generation of families that come into Catdaddy's, and so it's remarkable to me how many people have showed up just to say, hey, congratulations, you know, way to go, it's good for you, that we haven't seen in years, that used to be here all the time and they moved away. We've had people come in from out of town. It's been amazing. People he's seen that he hasn't seen in ages.
Well, and honestly, Judy, it's just what I thought was so cool about this too. I was telling Mac earlier, when I went to Austin, I was in wrestling school. They go, what makes your hometown so special? And I was talking about just the stories I heard from how you guys run out of fruit and go run to Max and go get some. Or, you know, Max needs something. Okay, come over here and take what you need. Let's help each other out. It's a community within the community itself.
Oh, downtown has always been a walk-around district. Catdaddy always said, our competition is not each other, it's the couch.
Yeah.
You want them to come out, you come out. You come in, you have a couple of drinks at our place. You want something to eat. Okay, Mac has food, Cajun has food. Morrison's has food. Don Penny's has outstanding food. You know, you can go here for this. You're looking for martinis, you go over here. You're looking for wine, you go over here. There's all kind of places to go do stuff. You go make your rounds, go see what you're going to see, and then come back because we have the best jukebox in town and the ball game's on television. So I will see you in about an hour and a half.
You will. You definitely will. And Cat Daddy, how's this weekend been for you just overall?
It's absolutely been wonderful.
Ladies' room.
To see all the ex-employees, ex-customers. You know, we've been through 3 generations of people. People that met at my bar that are married. It's just been an incredible run. And over the years, I've probably had 500 people work for me that become dentists, doctors, nurses, good family people, great parents. I think a lawyer or 2 in there, but we don't count those. But most of them turned out great. And it's just a great community. I'm happy to be part of it, and I'm not going anywhere. I will be here.
What's community mean to you?
Well, community means not just Alton, but Alton, Godfrey, and you know, Wood River, the surrounding communities, which we all pull together, and you could really see it during the flood, when people have fires, when anything that's tragic happens to families. That's what the community is, to actually everybody pitch in and help.
Absolutely. And you know, through all the years that you've been in downtown Alton, you know, with the Franklin House first, and I've heard some stories, and I talked to former employees from the Franklin House earlier today. You know, there's been flooding, there's been all these things that happen. You know, how do you guys pull together? What's that like whenever, you know, chaos happens and all the true character really starts to show? And that's a question of both of you.
Well, we were a lot younger then. And the sandbags were a lot lighter then. But the whole surrounding area, I had people from Chicago, people from Florida, people from everywhere. College friends that called me up, that what can I do to help? You know, your fingers reach out to a lot of people that you don't realize, and I'm so grateful for that.
I think that, back to your question about what does community mean, we help each other, we take care of each other, and when, you know, the flood comes, for example, that threatens everybody. We take care of each other. And if you need something, I got you. If I need something, I know I can call you. It's always been that way. And that's what makes downtown special. It is a community. It is a family. We take care of each other.
And, you know, on top of that, too, Cat Daddy, did you think when you started, when you moved into Cat Daddy's in 1986, did you think that you would have this network, this family that really just kind of branched upon itself 40 years later?
I don't think anybody could have predicted that. It has just been way over my expectations and all been great. And I've been blessed and so lucky. And the people that are going to buy it, they're going to keep the name and they're going to continue it the same way. And they're going to improve it because you know, new blood always helps. So, and I will be around to support them, and I hope everybody else is too.
And they're going to continue to support the Boys and Girls Club. They're going to continue to do all of the things that we have done. It makes it easier because they want it to be what it is.
Well, and you know, I want to come back to that here as we wrap up the interview. But if it's okay, I got to ask just the origin story. Cat Daddy, if you could, I know that the hat's been making its rounds with the Tootsie Roll. Take me through, how did you get involved into the bar industry years ago? And then a follow-up question for you, Judy, is when did you come partner in or come into play as the bar was going?
Well, when I graduated from college, I came back and I didn't really want a real job right away. I wanted to play a little bit like a lot of college people do. So I went back to work at the flour mill. And I was, and Fast Eddie owned the bar across the street. And he decided to sell one day. And on my lunch break, I said, I'll buy it. Not knowing anything about the bar business, except I found out real quick the biggest 2 feet in the world is from one side of the bar to the other. And with help from Fast Eddie, made a go of it over there, and with my friends and people.
It was before he was Fast Eddie. He was just Eddie.
He was just Eddie.
Yeah, he was just Eddie, and then in '81 he bought the Bon Air and became Fast Eddie.
And so you took over Catdaddy's in 1986, correct?
89.
89?
Took over, bought the Riverwalk.
I took over the Franklin House in '79, and then bought the lower deck.
Okay.
In '86.
Okay, and so we always heard, everyone always wants to know the Catdaddy's nickname. For all the rumors that are out there, how the Catdaddy's name came. What's the origin story of how you got to be known as Catdaddy?
Well, I was blessed, and I got to go to Marquette High School, and we had a janitor up there. We called him Catdaddy Stewart. And he was one of the cool janitors, although I never smoked, but he let them go down the boiler room and have a cigarette back then. And I just thought it was a cool name. And when I bought the bar, it was called the Lower Deck, and I wanted people to know that it had changed hands. And so I just came up with the name Catdaddy's. And at the time, my brother worked selling shingles for Owens Corning. So I had the Pink Panthers and all that. So that kind of became the theme. And then I got a letter from Owens Corning about infringement rights. So I learned business real quick in those days.
That's really cool. And Judy, when did you become part of Catdaddy's?
Well, I've been here 26 of the 37. And when I found out he had season tickets, I decided maybe he could stay for a little while.
That's so cool. And Dan, I know you wanted to jump in, and if you have any questions, man, while I have you, what are your questions for Cat?
I don't have any questions other than Cat and Judy, thank you for letting me be a part of the Catdaddy's family. You guys mean a whole world to me.
I will say this, one of the best things about Catdaddy's, first of all, when the very first time I ever came in this bar, I knew it was a place I could come by myself, single woman in my suit after work. Nobody was going to bother me, nobody was going to mess with me. It was a comfortable place. It's a great little joint. I could come in and watch the ball game, have a drink, and not be hassled as, a single woman. And then, we met and that changed. But the best part about Catdaddy's is it is family. We've got you guys. There's the dental students. There's the people that were here when Catdaddy started this place, that we're on the third generation of now. They brought their kids. Now they're bringing their kids. We've got the people from out of town that you can't believe the people that showed up yesterday and today just to be here for this. It's because it's family. Everybody cares. We were going to be so busy because we're little. I borrowed 2 bartenders from Pete's. They said, absolutely, you need to help. It's okay. I wouldn't have stolen people without permission. They said, absolutely, whoever you need, take what you need. Make it work. And that's amazes me about the bar business in Alton. I came from Columbia, Missouri, where everybody was competitive and no, you can't talk to them, you can't do this. The bar owners in Alton and Godfrey are so cooperative and so supportive of each other. It's whatever you need. Whatever you need to do, we got your back, we got this. Catdaddy has the baseball party. Mac has the derby. Regal Beagle has Mardi Gras. Morrison's has St. Patrick's Day. I mean, everybody gets a turn. Everybody gets, and we all help each other.
And as we're kind of wrapping things up today, and because I know so many more people have to say hi to you, you want us to get back to it, I just want to say seriously, thank you for letting us be a part of this. It's been a pleasure. Thank you to all of our supporters today that kind of we had some bars reach out and they put their logo that said "Happy Retirement" from Max, from Ropers, all these places that.
Oh, that's awesome!
Their congratulations. So thank you to those. But before I sign off, what's your final takeaway? What's your message to the audience, the Riverbend, the Alton community, greater Alton community about everything?
Just keep doing it and make it better. Stick together, and Alton's can only get better, and it does every day. So as long as we stick together, we got this thing like.
Well, I don't claim to speak for anybody, but I think I can say on behalf of Alton and the Riverbend, thank you, Cat.
Judy, any final thoughts?
No, it's been a great ride. We have met so many great people, made so many friends, not to mention the people that just come back. When they're in town, they got to come see Catdaddy. We've got people that live out of town, but we had a great time, so we have to go back to Catdaddy's. Carlinville, Jacksonville, Springfield, St. Charles, it doesn't matter. They do a once-a-year trip. They got to come to Catdaddy's.
Well, I can give a little piece of that. One of our River Dragons, Alex Redmond, when he came back and couldn't pitch last year, he said, I'll come back to Alton only if I can go to Catdaddy's.
We got people from out of town. It's so heartwarming and so rewarding to all the people that have been here this week that it was important. They wanted to come see Catdaddy. They wanted to come be part of this. They wanted to, come back, and it's just because of the kind of place it is. We're a joint. We're not fancy. We're not martini. We're not yuppie. We're just a joint. I always say we're too clean to be a dive because our bathrooms are good. So we're not a dive bar, but we're, but it is a comfortable place, and the people like being here. And the fact that they keep coming back year after year after year is incredibly rewarding.
And before we sign off, one last thing is the new owners, Ryan and Angel and Miles, they put a congratulatory message on the screen too, and I forgot to thank them. But Cat, Judy, thank you so much for your time. We're out of here, not yet, because I will see you live for more of our daily show on Monday, but on Wednesday, for everybody that was here and kind of is going to forget about this tomorrow, we're airing this live on RiverBender and on Roku TV at 3 p.m. Wednesday. We'll see you then. On that note, have a safe weekend. Try your best to stay out of